Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Dustin Nation coming at you with another how to drive a stick shift video this week. I realize this is my second one this week, as I just said, but I decided to try to be more consistent, see if that works in terms of getting more views. But you didn't watch this to hear me talk about that. You watched this to see how to drive a stick shift. So I'm not even going to go into a lot of the specifics of how I'm parked. I'm just going to tell you I'm parked with the parking brake up and the vehicle in first gear. In order to start this, whether I'm in neutral like that or reverse, first gear, whatever, in order to start any stick shift vehicle, you have to push the clutch pedal in, which is what I just did, and then turn the key. Now we're started. Parking brake down. Turn signal on because I'm getting ready to drive out of a parking spot. Vehicle clutch pedal in, goes in. Vehicle goes into first gear. Give it a little bit of gas while slow letting off the clutch, and off we go. Second, third, just like I said in my last video, anytime I want to shift gears, anytime I want to put it in neutral, anytime I want to put it in reverse, you push the clutch pedal in. I know I have seen videos where people don't do that. That's their decision. I'm never going to do that, never going to show you how to do that. Primary reason I'm not going to show you how to do this is because I don't know how to do that myself. I'm never going to try it. I push the clutch pedal in, put the vehicle in neutral, and now I'm hitting the brake to slow down and stop. That is one of several ways you can use in a stick shift vehicle to slow down and or stop. Second way, or a different way, is to push the clutch pedal in and then the brake pedal in, but then you start to put the vehicle either in neutral or put it in first gear at some point, and then simultaneously hit the clutch and the brake. But then again, you'll still have to put the vehicle in neutral or put the vehicle in first, whatever you need to be doing. The most advanced, but honestly my favorite way of slowing down and or stopping is to downshift. Like right now I'm in 30 miles an hour, downshift into second gear. I was doing 30 miles an hour, I shifted into second gear to slow down. That's a way of downshifting. Because 30 miles an hour is third gear. In this particular vehicle, it's the 07 Mazda 6. I can do 0 to 10 in first gear, 10 to 20 in second, 20 to 30 in third, 30 to 40 in fourth, and anything above 40 miles an hour is fifth gear. Right now I'm doing 35, so I'm in fourth gear. Here in a little bit, another probably eighth of a mile maybe, I'll be shifting into fifth gear because I'll be doing 45. But I mean, that was just telling you how to slow down and or stop in several different ways. Now I'm doing 45 mile an hour in fifth gear. Now, in this particular vehicle, as I've said in the vehicles where I'm driving the Dakota doesn't have this. This has a gauge in the dash that shows my RPMs. My personal opinion, I shift no lower than 2,000 RPMs, no higher than 3,000 RPMs. However, there are exceptions to that rule. One is if I'm in fifth gear on the interstate doing 70 mile an hour, I'm above 3,000 RPMs. I just have to deal with it because this is a 5-speed. It only has 5 gears. The other way is if I'm skipping gears. And the two ways I skip gears, if I do it all, I'm slowing down. So I'm going to downshift. Shifted into fourth gear to slow down. Now I'm doing 40 mile an hour. I'm going to shift into third gear to slow down. And that's as low as I'm going to go in terms of downshifting in this particular situation. Now I simultaneously hit the clutch and the brake. Go from third, shift into first. I'm completely stopped. My turn. Give it a little bit of gas while letting out the clutch. Second, third. Now I'm going to speed all the way up to 40 miles an hour while 42 and shift directly into fifth. The two ways I skip gears, if I decide to skip gears at all, is I go from first to second to fourth to fifth, or first to second to third to fifth, which is what I just did. In those situations, the RPMs do go a little bit higher than normal, but you're skipping gears, so which is possible in a stick. The reason I do that sometimes, but not all the time, it just depends on the situation. If I'm trying to get going really fast, then if I'm like getting on the interstate and I'm in third gear and I decide I want to just skip fourth gear, then I'll skip fourth gear. I don't do that regularly for the same reason I don't use the transmission as a kickstand, as I've said in previous videos. You can do that as well. When I was parked, the parking brake was up, the vehicle was in gear, I was parked. Well, if I wanted to, I could put the vehicle either in first or reverse, depending on how I'm sitting, how I'm parked. Without using the parking brake, the vehicle will stay parked if you put it in reverse or first gear, depending on how you. But I don't use the transmission as a kickstand. That's what that does. I use the parking brake for the same reason. I tell people you have a parking brake for a reason. You have however many gears are in your stick shift vehicle, whether it be 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7, whatever. You have that many gears for a reason. Use them. And really, the only time I like to downshift more, it is my favorite way of slowing down or stopping. The reason I don't do that regularly is because, number one, it's just more convenient to push the clutch pedal in and then the brake pedal or whatever. And also because if you have somebody not, directly behind you, but like maybe, behind you close enough, if you downshift, they will not see brake lights. So they may not realize. I realize you're like, well, they need to pay attention and recognize that I'm slow. Yes, that is true. But to be more courteous, I don't downshift if somebody's directly behind me or close behind me, because they won't see brake lights and they may just not realize I'm slowing down and they may rear end me. So to be courteous, I don't downshift as often as I'd like. But the time I really enjoy downshifting is in the winter, because if there's snow and ice on the road, then if you downshift, the chances of you going cattywampus are less than if you were to just hit the brake. Also, the last couple videos, 2 or 3 videos, I think, maybe more, that I've done on how to drive a stick shift, I've been in 1998 Dodge Dakota. That is a rear-wheel drive V6 3.9 liter 5-speed truck. That does not have as much get up and go as the vehicle I'm currently in, which is an 07 Mazda 6 that has a 2.3 liter 4-cylinder 5-speed. It's just they're built differently. This is a front-wheel drive vehicle. That is a rear-wheel drive vehicle. That is built for hauling. It has more horsepower, but it's built for hauling. So this has a little bit more get up and go. So there's certain things that I can do in this that easier than I can do in that. But there's certain things I can do in that I can do that are easier than doing in this. I was just telling you that because every stick shift vehicle is different. With any stick shift vehicle, you need to find its bite point. What I mean by that is the point in which how far you have to push the clutch pedal down in order to be able to shift. That's the bite point. And that's why I've made a recommendation. This is what I did, and this is why I recommend it. When you're just starting out on how to drive a stick shift, when you're just learning, Started in a parking lot. That's how I did. There was a 99 Honda Accord that I had years ago. That's how I learned how to drive a stick shift. I started in a parking lot, and it was a 2.3 liter 4-cylinder 5-speed. I practiced taking off. I killed it at least twice that I can remember, and I killed it like twice. Then the third time I finally got to taking off, drove around for about, I don't know, 3-4 minutes or so in first gear. Then the person that was helping me out was teaching me a little bit. I also watched a lot of YouTube videos the night before. And that's one other reason why I keep this series going, is because I learned primarily through YouTube, and then I learned a lot of more hands-on stuff the next day when I was actually driving it myself. Anyway, after probably 3-4 minutes or so in the parking lot, the person looked at me and they said, "All right, you ready to learn how to shift? Push the clutch pedal in, take it from first to second gear, and then slowly let it off the clutch." I did that, and I was like, that's all shifting is? I thought that was the hardest part. When you get to learn how to drive a stick shift, you're going to learn shifting is not the hardest part. It's actually the easiest part. The hardest part, when you first start, you think the hardest part is going to be taking off. In all reality, the hardest part is taking off on a hill when you're at an angle like that. Some people choose to engage the parking brake when they're taking off like that. Like, you have to do it where you're putting the parking brake down at the same time you're letting off the clutch and hitting the gas, which I've done that as well to show people how to do it for YouTube. But I'm to the point now where I've gotten enough practice and been able to drive so well that I don't have to utilize the parking brake anytime I take off on a hill. Shift into neutral because I'm getting ready to start slowing down. I'm letting it in the vehicle. Anytime I'm doing in fifth gear, doing 60, 55, 60 mile, I don't like to be doing any faster than 55 mile an hour, which is what I'm doing now. Fourth gear. 45. Third gear. Downshift into third gear for 45. Second gear. While in the turn, I can be in second gear, so I'm not going to downshift into first because I'm turning. Now, second. Sped all the way up to 32 miles an hour and shifted directly into fourth. Neutral. I was just going to coast for a little bit because I'm almost to my destination, which means I'm almost to the end of this video. If you have not already, please subscribe for more because I'm trying to be more consistent, well, not just my channel, but this series in general. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, and I will talk to everyone very soon. Peace.